Warning, the Shekel Up Podcast is a podcast created by two ex-degenerates that think they know sports gambling and spent their younger days breaking bookies and never hedging. We are not experts on anything, and everything we say should be taken with a grain of salt. We do not condone illegal sports gambling, and all gambling should be done responsibly. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Shekel Up Podcast, the draft special podcast, the NFL draft special podcast. And I have Derck with me. We're doing just extra credit work today, and I'm Anthony. Sorry, I don't know why I introduced you. Like, it's not, we don't introduce ourselves. Dude, I've been talking too much this week so far, like between the morning show on the radio yesterday for 4 hours and then the podcast for the hour and a half that we did Sunday for the folks.
Yeah. I'm already tired of hearing your voice. So
yeah. Well, imagine how our Facebook page and Facebook group sounds. I've been sharing them reels all day. But yeah, it is exciting that.
Reels, okay.
On the what?
Put me on the reels more. That way they don't have to hear you so much. Anyway.
Well, make good points, Andrew. Make good points.
There you go. All right.
I got you. No, I'll do.
I have a pretty voice too, so.
Well, you do have a pretty voice. We just got to get you a clearer mic so that way we can hear it better.
Yeah.
Do that.
All right.
No. So it's draft time. We got a couple more days. Today is Tuesday, so we're gonna talk about it and get you folks some draft news and coverage and all that. Well, not coverage. I'm not a fucking reporter, but that's not how it goes. But as you can see, if you're watching on the video, Derck is virtual again, and we both decided to wear red, which is nice. I don't know, look like a couple of cherries here.
No.
So draft day. Derck, do you have a traditional draft day like what you used to do? I know you said this year is going to be a little different, but in previous years, do you have like a ritual?
Yeah, so in past years, it's been a constant disappointment being a Browns fan. So I get myself all hyped. I've always watched the movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner in it.
You would.
And then, I know I would. I might still do it on Thursday, but actually I have to work, so no.
That's like me watching it. That's like me watching Invincible before every Eagles season.
Yeah, so not much anymore. I mean, I just go to work. I'm like, this year, like, I'm gonna watch just because I can. And
Okay.
Friday is my day. So
Okay. Yeah, because the Browns don't have a pick till the third round.
it's really not about the Browns. It's just about I like seeing the other prospects come out.
Yeah.
And because those are usually the ones that work out, and we don't have to pay a lot of money for. So
that's where your bread and butter lies when you're a GM is picking those guys in those mid rounds and hitting on them.
And then Saturday is more like a day where I just kind of tune in. But this Saturday, kids have baseball and soccer, so I'll just be having my phone telling me the entire time what's going on. So I'll have I'll see what the Lions do and what the Browns do. I'll have them on alert on the ESPN app. But yeah, this year's pretty uneventful. So
yeah, me myself, I don't do really anything unless, I mean, there's a couple of times I went to like B-dubs and stuff like that. I don't really have a ritual. I know, full confession, I only watch Thursday and Friday because I don't really care about 4 through 7. To be honest, it's you can get good, doesn't mean you can't get good picks, but I just don't have like 4 hours on a Saturday to sit there and watch a kid from Appalachian State.
On Saturday, it's literally like a 7-hour thing.
Yeah.
So if you have 7 hours to sit there and watch, then you have to start a podcast.
Listen, that's that's for them baseball people, man. They can sit there for 7 hours and just watch nonsense. I'm kidding. I love baseball.
Yeah.
But yeah, and when it comes to gambling, you can gamble on the draft. I wouldn't recommend gambling. I wouldn't recommend gambling on the seventh round or the sixth round. I mean, it's it's a little risky, but you
Yeah.
can, for your first round picks and stuff like that, and all, who's going first. I think you can even go like how many players from like the college team will get drafted, like an over under. I think I've seen before too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know anything about that, but I do want to talk a little bit about this stuff. And Derck, you and me disagree a little bit on the first overall pick. We talked about it on Sunday during that podcast on who we think would be number one, and Vegas agrees with you.
Yep.
So they
Minus
got Bryce.
1350.
Yeah, minus 1350. So if you're an Alabama fan and you want to sacrifice like $1,300 to win 100, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. But if you want to roll with Annie Up Anthony and you want something strong, some good Stroud pick, you know what I mean? Plus 3,000 is where Stroud is, and I'm pretty. I don't really know if Carolina's about it, but I feel like Stroud is the better quarterback just based on size. I don't know. There are a couple of mock drafts though by a couple of good guys that have Will Anderson going first, which is weird. I don't know why Carolina would pick Will Anderson, but that's a plus 20,000.
Yeah.
I think those mock draft people sometimes they just like to throw shit out there just so people click on their shit, I think.
Well, also, for the media purposes, they have to put something out like, hey, I just changed my pick.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. So people start freaking out, fans start freaking out, it gets the engagement going on their social media websites. So, but I will tell you, after looking at the odds today, I am going to place a bet on CJ Stroud going number one because plus 3,000. Yeah, why not?
Well, you know what then? Then you know what? Let's get into that number two pick because if you're going to do that, then I mean, I think we both can agree that the Texans are looking at probably a quarterback as well, and Bryce Young is a plus 800.
A second round, yeah.
Yeah, so you can hit up both of those, parlay them bitches.
I'm not sure if you can parlay. It depends on the app, I think. So second overall
okay,
pick,
well then,
yeah.
Then you call your old bookie.
Yeah.
Then you go ahead and call
Okay.
your old bookie who can do anything.
Right. Yeah, but then my old bookie would just say like, well, I need you to look up the picks, so I'm not going to do that for you. Like I'm just gonna. It's 2023. I'm just gonna use technology. So I had to use my old bookie when I was down in South Carolina, where sports gambling is not legal, and that really sucked. So. Especially with baseball season opening up, that was awful. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just going to place a bet on it. I don't think that CJ Stroud is going to go number one. I still stick with what I said on Sunday's podcast. I think Bryce Young goes number one. But hey, if I'm wrong, I made money. So
I know, right? I know. I don't. What is the disrespect with CJ Stroud right now? Because even Vegas has Will Anderson above him. Like that's who they got as the number two pick there, the top one at plus 150.
It could come from that. He's a Buckeye quarterback, and he had not done shit in the big games besides the Rose Bowl. That's his only big game that he's done well in. So
yeah, I guess.
Okay, I was pretty unfair there. He made things pretty exciting.
I was gonna say I feel like that's biased because you're just mad that because they lost to Michigan twice and shit like that. But talked about that.
So when you have to see the ball drop and not watch the fucking New Year's Eve ball drop, that sucks.
In fairness, though, but let's look at that game. One, we talked about the coach there in those Michigan games, and in that game, he did not coach his best game. And two,
when it fucking
he lost his best receiver too, as well. So they had to improvise. So the game plan is now out the window. Not that he needs, but he's also he's also raw. I mean, let's say Ryan Day's not Nick Saban, right? So we can't expect him to bounce back and come up with this.
Ryan Day is not Nick Saban. He's not Urban Meyer. He's not Jim Tressel. Like he's literally dropping the fucking ball. So, so maybe CJ Stroud, he's getting knocked on a lot, but again, plus 3,000 first pick, why not? Drop $1 on it, drop $5 on it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then then again it goes into defense, and the next quarterback really isn't like favored until, the bottom part of the last 10 where we get into the what's his name? The Anthony Richardson stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens there, but there's a lot of good edge rushers in this draft. Even with the second overall pick, Will Anderson is actually above CJ Stroud in the number 2 overall pick in odds. And that's what I mean by that disrespect. Like, how do you have an edge on a team that needs a quarterback higher than a quarterback? But whatever. What do I know?
Yep.
It's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're into high odds and the Texans need a quarterback and CJ Stroud's that low, Anthony Richardson for the second pick is plus 4,000. So if you want to put 2 picks there, and make yourself some cash.
Yep, drop $1, drop $5 on it. Doesn't matter.
You drop 1,000. Drop 1,000 and win 40 grand.
Yeah, there you go. So
that's smart money right there.
Yeah, well, at least I know where all your overtime money's going to. So,
but yeah, it should be a fun draft. It's all about that number 1 pick, right? Because then that's what affects the whole draft. The first 1 and 2 picks, and then there's always some Nimrod out there that picks some dude that they shouldn't in the top 5. And that just throws everybody's game plan off.
Yep. So
what was the wildest pick that you've seen? Like, do you remember going, "What the fuck? Why did they do that?" And I don't mean for the Browns either.
God damn, who was it? The Raiders years ago. I forget the dude's name.
It wasn't Clowney, was it?
No, it wasn't Clowney. It was
top pick.
He was a number 1 pick, quarterback. Raiders took him.
Oh, not Jamarcus Russell.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Jamarcus
Russell.
I
never understood that one. Like
nobody
he had
understood that one.
He had like 3 good games. I'm like, so like he's going number 1. Why? Well, because of size. They said arm accuracy, and I'm like, but if you listen to the dude, like, it's like Lamar Jackson all over again. But he went number 1, and so all the stories that came out about him, like, they gave him a set of blank tapes to go watch film at home.
Okay.
Yeah. So but even from the get go, just hearing the guy talk, and it's like it's almost like the guy just like had no football knowledge. Like the coaches told him, go out there and do this. And then the NFL fell in love with him. So, and then the typical Oakland Raiders, like, we're getting this guy because of his physical specimen. I'm like, all right, yeah, he was. But yeah, so that was the wildest one I've seen. And then as a Browns fan, sitting there in Cleveland Browns Stadium when Joe Thomas was drafted.
Yeah.
I was very young at the time. And I'm like, what the fuck? We need a quarterback. Well, we needed the best deep left tackle that we've ever seen. So, and so, yeah, the entire room was pissed off. That was kind of crazy. But then I understand, we knew what the hell we were doing. So,
yeah. So the one that I did not like was Mitch Trubisky. That was one I'm like, why? Why did we? And then why did you trade for him? Like, you traded up 1 spot to get him. Like, you knew San Francisco wasn't going to take him. What the fuck did you trade for? It was almost as stupid as the Sixers trading pick 2 to the Celtics for pick 1. Like, right. to get Markelle Fultz. And you could have had Jason. I mean, the Celtics were picking Jason Tatum regardless if they were at 1 or 2, and your dumbass traded up. I don't understand it. It was the same thing. It was the same thing. I don't know. And then as far as an Eagles pick goes, one that I didn't like, I was like, what the fuck? But it ended up panning out was the Brandon Graham pick. I wanted
Yeah.
Earl Thomas. I wanted Earl Thomas right there because
Yeah.
we had just gotten rid of Brian Dawkins. He went to Denver, and we needed a safety. And the Eagles, for the life of themselves, could not. They still can't draft a safety. We still don't have that one safety guy like we had when we had Brian Dawkins. So I don't know. But yeah, those two there. But I was kind of disappointed though when we drafted Lane Johnson. It's just not linemen aren't sexy picks, right? They're just not sexy picks. Yeah, this is the thing. Like Eric Fisher went that draft, and then Lane Johnson went, and I'm like, all right, yeah, and here we are, man. The dude's one of the coolest dudes ever. So I'm glad we
Well,
got
so
him
like
too.
sexy picks are what cost a team Super Bowl. So like that same year that we got Joe Thomas, we also got Brady Quinn.
Okay.
Well, what the hell does Brady Quinn do? He annoys you on the fucking radio show on Fox Sports.
That was the best. That's the best Cleveland quarterback you guys ever had. What are you talking about?
No. Well, oh my God, here we go.
Notre Dame, bro.
Yeah. So, well, I remember when that pick happened. When we traded up to get him. Yeah. I mean, we were still everyone was so pissed off. All right, they were so mad, and then because we got a lineman who was on a boat on I think Lake Michigan fishing when he got drafted. I think like number 3 pick, something like that, and then. So everyone was pissed off. We were all just drinking beer, mad. And then like we found out like the Cleveland Browns have traded back into the first round, and then like they picked up Brady Quinn, and the entire stadium went nuts. Yeah. And so it just shows you, how much Cleveland Browns fans know about football. Yeah, bad pick.
Look,
Phil Savage was the GM. Phil Savage, the best pick he ever made was Joe Thomas.
So. Maybe, but don't say that because the Cleveland Browns know or don't know football all condescendingly. Well, Cleveland is one of the best.
They went with the same sexy pick, just like you said. Like, hey, we have to get sexy here because fans are pissed off. So let's go get a mediocre quarterback that should have been drafted in the fucking 4th round.
Listen, Grandpa Whedon was the best pick that you guys.
That was awful. Grandpa Whedon was the worst pick. So, yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, look, the Eagles.
Just a lot of disappointing years, just watching the draft. Now I'm just like, fuck it. Now I have a podcast. I can just talk about it.
Yeah, so Chip Kelly drafted some dude out of, I think it was Louisville. It was a defensive end. And nobody knew who the fuck he was. Like they couldn't even pull up tapes when they picked him. Like, and they went to Philadelphia's draft party in Philadelphia, and all you could hear was the oohs. And there was a bunch of reporters saying, "It's not that people don't like the pick; they are not booing. They are all saying who." They're like, "Who?" Right. Like that was who. That was like, oh. Yeah, and he didn't pan out because Chip Kelly picked him, and Chip Kelly's an idiot. So
right,
yeah. But yeah, speaking of idiots, we're gonna play GM today, Andrew, and we are going to pretty much do like a fantasy type style draft. And I don't mean fantasy as in like we're picking positions. We are just I'm gonna go, then you're gonna go. It's gonna be a little gig here. Now, only question I have for you is, I'll give you this since I'm throwing this on you. Do you want to do snake? So like when you do pick 2, do you want pick 3, or do you want me to go?
I'll let you take the odds. How's that?
Oh, that's fine.
So,
yeah,
you go 1, I'll go 2, you go 3, I'll go 4.
Oh, we can do that. It's a little fun thing.
It's going to throw each other off big time.
That's just because you're going to forget. You're going to be like, is this guy picked yet? And I'm going to be like, yes, Andrew. Is this guy picked yet? Yes, Andrew. Is this guy? Yes, Andrew. Yes. It's all yeses.
I see. You have no faith in me at all.
Right. I got faith in you. You got ADD, and I know how it goes.
ADHD.
Okay.
Get it right.
So like this. If I call a Puerto Rican a Mexican, he's like, I am not Mexican. I am Puerto Rican. There's a freaking difference. Do you speak Spanish? Yes. Okay, then it's the same thing.
Yeah. All right.
All the Puerto Ricans are going to come for me now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I got one right here. She's about ready to kill you. She heard what you said.
Oh yeah.
So there's a difference.
That's all right. keep your Puerto Rican rice out of my house. Don't.
Okay.
No, it's different.
I'm not gonna tell you said that. Okay.
But yeah, man. So we're just gonna roll down here, and we're just gonna, I think, go what we have time for. But this is gonna be fun,
Let's have
and
fun.
I know we're gonna disagree. And if you disagree, you can say you disagree. We can talk about it. You can ask me why, and I can ask you why. I can call you stupid. You can call me stupid. This is what this show's about. This is what this show's about.
It wouldn't be any different than any other day. So, go ahead.
All right, buddy. So here's the deal here. So obviously, some of these are going to be chalk, right? Everybody's going to pick these. You got the number 1 Carolina Panthers up. That they got from a trade with the Bears. Yeah. So, and obviously they need a quarterback. They got nobody to do that. They could use a wide receiver because they traded that wide receiver to Jacksonville too, didn't they? That one kid.
Yeah, and also they got rid of McCaffrey, to the Niners. So
yeah,
they pretty much they stripped down the entire team. They're ready to rebuild.
Right, and we talked about them maybe getting Will Anderson. I mean, they do have Andy Dalton, the Red Racket. I mean, that's one thing. Yeah. They lost PJ Walker. That's a Temple quarterback. I don't even know why that's relevant, but
So
well, Andrew, the pick is in, buddy. Okay.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, the pick is in. And with the first pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select, I think it's going to be CJ Stroud.
Ooh, okay.
All right. I know you disagree with me, and I know that we talked about it, and honestly, the size, if you're smart, if I'm smart, he can do almost everything that Bryce Young. You can't tell me that Bryce Young does something so more superb than CJ Stroud if we're talking about skill set. If you want to talk about accomplishments, okay, he went to Alabama. I mean, in fairness, did he make the college playoffs last year?
No. Nope.
No. You say what you want about CJ Stroud and not winning the big game. He went to the dance. So, you can't hit me with the accomplishments thing either.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, plus 3,000. I mean, like I said, I'm going to put a bet on that. I hope you're right. So, but I don't see it happening. So, I think Carolina is just going to overthink it, and I think they're going to fuck it up. So,
I hate teams that overthink it.
Yep, and well, I'm pretty much an expert on that because I'm a Browns fan and we overthink everything. So, yeah. So, I mean, I don't, but most of the fans do. But the team does. But they do have a guy in the office, GM. His name is Andrew, so he's gonna get it right. So we're good now. And if your name is Andrew, most likely you have everything right. So, all right. So you are taking CJ Stroud.
Yeah, so he's off the list.
He's off the list.
And that's the other thing for the people when we talk.
3,000.
Yeah, we talked about it. What? We talked about it. I was letting the people know that we talked about it a little bit, and we decided that you can't reuse. Like, you can't go like, well, I think CJ Stroud's actually going to go second. Nope, he's gone. Right. He's been taken.
Yep, he's gone. So, and with the draft order, all right, let's see. So next we have up the Houston Texans.
Yes.
Who also need a quarterback to destroy. But at the same time, the Texans love their defensive players.
They do.
Right? They do.
They do.
So,
they do.
So, with that second pick, the pick is in. If you want to play the music.
Okay, you don't tell me to, bitch, don't tell me to play the music. I said just say the pick is in. So,
the pick is in. Play the music. With the second pick, the Houston Texans take Tyree Wilson, Texas Tech linebacker.
Tyree over Willie?
Yep.
Okay. Tyree.
Also, with the odds on that, that's plus 300.
Is it plus 300? So you just want to win the money is what you're talking about here.
Nope. No, I honestly think they take him. Texas Tech. He's a Texas boy, so makes sense to me.
Hey, I hear you. I hear you. It's not an awful pick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's over a quarterback. I don't know. I don't know.
Yep.
Oh boy. All right.
I think they pass him over. So.
All right. So you have the Arizona Cardinals coming up. All right, and they I know it says that they need edge and stuff like that, but they just signed Kaiser White from where?
Yep.
Philadelphia. They just got some offensive line, and they got Matt Prater as well. They lost Zach Allen and Murphy, but I don't think that's really relevant. Obviously, they need defensive line, but they don't need to give Kyler Murray more opportunities to fuck up. I said this when we did the podcast last time. They need to help Kyler Murray produce. And and besides an offensive line, a quarterback's best friend is a running back. And there's one of those once in a generation running backs right there. And boy, I tell you what, the pick is in. And the Arizona Cardinals with the third pick take Bijan Robinson.
Oh, okay.
All right, Bijan Robinson is going to help Kyler Murray not throw the ball so much. And on top of that, who's the new coach out there in Arizona? It's the Philadelphia. He's coming from the Philadelphia Eagles, who run a option, RPO system. He's a defensive guy, but he probably sees the success that they had. So now you have Bijan Robinson doing RPOs with Kyler Murray. I don't know if Hop is coming back or not, but we'll see there.
Right. All right. So we have pick number 4.
But yeah, we are at pick 4, which is the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, okay. You also need a quarterback.
We'll also need a quarterback. Now, what's funny is that we just talked about needing a quarterback, and we're talking about odds on where they go, right? If I told you, if this is how the draft actually goes, Bryce Young is a plus 6,000 to go here.
Really?
He is a plus 6,000 to go here. Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Now hold on. You're gambling, Andrew. The way this falls, like the way we did it, you made the point that the Texans might not get a quarterback, and Arizona's not going to draft one at 3. Now they could trade, but we're not doing trades today. Aside from a trade, Bryce Young then could potentially fall if C.J. Stroud gets picked first. To number 4, which is a plus 6,000.
So I was actually, again, we take a player, that player's off the board, right?
Yep.
I'm thinking, Bryce Young, Indianapolis Colts, the way they're setting their team up, I think he'll go number 4.
You motherfucker!
This way,
you forgot to say the pick is in, Andrew. Come on, let's go. The pick is in.
Right. Pick is in.
Oh, come on. I figure out something cool and you gonna hate on me. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna. I should have booed you. I should have booed you like they booed Roger Goodell at the beginning.
It's only cool the first 3 times, okay? So, I am taking Bryce Young. The pick is in. You want to play the music?
No, don't say the pick is in now. No, don't. Okay. No, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. I had a system going on here.
All right. All right. The pick is in. Bryce Young. Yeah, plus 6,000. I love it. So,
shoot. Well, up next we got the Seattle Seahawks, and Pete Carroll loves his defense, and they need defense. I'm like, they need defense like defense needs D. They lost. They also lost some running backs though. So I mean, if Arizona doesn't take Bijan Robinson, there's a good chance Bijan Robinson, just based on talent, could go 5.
Right.
Even though they need a lot of defense. But with that said, from my gut here and what players we have left. The pick is in. Oh, you're holding? No, you're holding your finger up. What's up?
I was waiting for you to say the pick is in for you to play your dumbass music. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So the pick is in, people. And with that 5th pick, the Seattle Seahawks take Will Anderson.
Okay. Yep. What's the odds on that one again?
See, Will Anderson at number 5 for Will Anderson to go would be geez, they don't even have him listed.
Really?
Yeah, hold on. Oh, here we go. I found it. My bad. I just scrolled down to he's actually in the lead at plus 210 to go 5th overall.
Yep. Will Anderson, Alabama. Yep, I see it.
Okay.
Plus 210. I picked
so
number 5.
If you already took Tyree Wilson, but Tyree Wilson is Wilson is in 2nd.
Yep.
And then they got Anthony Richardson at plus 350.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting, actually.
I could easily see him going, and I don't see him making it in the top 10. So, this is my opinion. So, but who the fuck listens to me?
So, you got the Detroit Lions, and they got into some trouble some of them got into some trouble over.
They did.
The week. So does that mean that need for wide receiver goes up, or do you just stick to chalk and wait for them to come back?
Well, I mean, if you're Detroit, you're used to upsets anyway. I think they stick with their draft. Yeah, I think Campbell and the GM, they're like, you know what, receivers are receivers. We still have golf. Why try to throw a wrench in the whole thing? These dumbasses, I don't think are going to come back. So I'm actually just going to stick with the original pick. Jalen. Okay, the pick is in. I'm still going with Jalen Carter, defensive lineman from Georgia.
Jalen Carter.
Yep.
Oh man, what am I going to do when we get to Philly? Shit. No, probably just lose another Super Bowl. So would be my guess. Oh, at least we get to go. Do you guys know how to? Do the Browns know? Do the Browns know how to put up a playoff banner if they need it? Like if they were to win, like the AFC North?
Yeah. I mean, so what we do is we win a playoff game, and then we get rid of the quarterback that got us that playoff game, the first one we've had. That playoff win, the first one we've had since coming back in '99. So,
okay. Well, they know that Super Bowl.
Yeah. So a playoff win in Cleveland is a Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
So,
but
we're good for the next 21 years. Okay.
Gotcha. But they do know that the Super Bowl isn't the bowl that their dog mascot that runs around the field drinks and eats out of, right? Like it's a trophy. It's like a thing they put in a case, not in a cage.
I would like to say that they do understand that, but I don't think they do understand it. So, again, I'm the most hated Browns fan out there, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. All right, so we got the 7th pick, which is the Raiders, the Las Vegas, and they just picked up Jimmy Garoppolo, a wide receiver, and a couple of defensive players. Obviously, they lost a couple. They only lost like 2 quarterbacks in the offseason, but I think what the Raiders are going to do here is they need to protect their investment, right? So how do you protect your investment when it comes to
left
quarterbacks?
Tackle.
Right, left tackle. So the pick is in. This is easy. And we're going with Peter Skronsky out of Northwestern.
Okay.
6'4", 313 pounds. Big boy.
Yep, I do like it. So,
and you protect your investment and call it a day. I mean, you could have went tight end there, give him another weapon and maybe some blocking. I'm not sure how Christian Gonzales is. Not Christian Gonzales. Jesus Christ, the fuck am I talking about?
Devin Witherspoon.
Yeah, I read the wrong name under the thing here. So, but anyway. No, not Devin Witherspoon. What the fuck is that tight end? It's thought it was a Latino kid, but I could be wrong. The fuck do I know? Anyway, this is why I don't do this professionally, folks. I'm just kidding. All right, Andrew, you are up with the Atlanta Falcons.
Who the fuck cares? The pick is in. Who the fuck cares?
Really,
The
you
Atlanta
already know?
Falcons.
You already know.
I really don't, like. I don't care. Like, how did I end up with this one? Really?
You said the evens, bro.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. They don't have a quarterback. God damn.
You said the pick was in. See, now I misplayed the song because of your dumbass.
Again, no, I said the pick was in. Who gives a fuck? It's a Atlanta Falcons. They suck. Okay. So they pretty much have nothing. Just looking at their stats, all that. You know what? I got nothing for number 8. I don't know.
All right, I got you here then. I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Anthony Richardson.
Just go ahead and pick for me.
Anthony Richardson.
Really?
I think Anthony Richardson. They get an athletic, more athletic than Will Levis anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that's kind of a bitch pick because you know they need a quarterback and he's still on the board. I still don't think Richardson makes it within. He's not going to go in the first 10.
Well,
okay?
yeah, you remember when we said dumbass picks and you just called Atlanta a dumbass team and they're not going anywhere?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm making my case now, aren't I? Now that makes sense, don't it?
I know, but you're making an easy pick right now. That's what I'm saying.
You made the easy pick. You're like, I quit. You just do the
I did, but like you're just like, well, we need something here for the podcast, so we're just gonna put Anthony Richardson in Atlanta. Yeah,
I don't appreciate your tone right now, sir.
I'm just stating the facts, man.
I don't appreciate your tone, sir. So all right. So we move on to the Bears, right? The Bears, Chicago Bears, number 9. Their they need a lot of defense and they need a center and a tight end. I think both of the top defensive linemen are kind of gone with Tyree Wilson and Jalen Carter and Will Anderson and all that good stuff. So this kid is going to be really good, and it's too much talent to pass up, especially at 8. That he's kind of fallen a little bit. Christian Gonzales. The pick is in, and the Chicago Bears take Christian Gonzales out of Oregon.
All right.
Now, I will say that there may be a chance that the Eagles move up here.
Right.
Especially if he's available right there. You trade with the Bears, you got that 10th pick, and then you got the 30th pick to move up, and then you probably throw in a second rounder there next year. So, I think the Bears wouldn't mind ringing up and picking up on the second rated cornerback. We'll see if all these.
Okay, go ahead. My bad. I cut you off.
No, you're good. All this talent, like a lot of these defensive linemen Philly wanted. So like they need D-lines to build depth. They're gone. Bijan Robinson's gone. So Christian Gonzalez is probably the next top player that they rate. That's right there for them to grab. They might even move up. They might even move up with Atlanta at that point, just to kind of jump the Bears, give Atlanta some more ammunition in the draft. Who knows? But we'll see. But instead of me being a homer, you get to decide who the Super Bowl runner-ups get to pick.
Yeah. So after watching your defense and everything last year, I do think that they addressed that situation within the secondary.
Okay.
And the pick is in. There we go. I'm going to say that they're going to take Devin Witherspoon, cornerback, out of Illinois. 6 foot, 181 pounds.
That's not a bad pick. I was even thinking maybe Joey Porter at that position. He's 6'3", 193. Yeah, and he's Big Ten. So I'm not mad at Devin Witherspoon either.
Yep.
But like I said, I think Christian is going to be another, like Sauce. Sauce took Defensive Rookie of the Year. Or
Yeah.
was it deep? Yeah, and it's gonna be real nice.
Yep.
But yeah, so
I
that's
mean, so
cool.
that does look like so according to CBS, that still leaves a running back, on the board within the first round.
Oh yeah.
So, yep.
Okay, well look at you.
So,
We got the Tennessee Titans, who is trying to get rid of their running back that you're now speaking of.
I kind of put this pick along with the Atlanta pick. So,
People are gonna
you
hate
know,
me for this because I'm gonna go outside of the box here.
okay.
I know that they need offensive linemen and they could use a wide receiver and a running back and defense and stuff like that. I have no faith in Ryan Tannehill, and the pick is in. Will Levis.
Really?
Will Levis. How many times can you go to the playoffs and leave the football in Ryan Tannehill's hands and realize he can't do it by himself?
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. No.
And you're getting rid of the only weapon that he has on that team. What's he going to do? What do you plan on doing? Are you waiting next year to get a quarterback, or do you want to get one now and groom and then go to the playoffs, possibly go to the playoffs, depending on what happens with Derrick Henry?
Well, I mean, they ran the tires off Derrick Henry in the brakes, everything.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Big dude, and like, oh, well, he'll last for, the typical football fan will just say, oh, well, Derrick Henry, he's a big guy. Like, oh, well, the bigger you are, the harder your body works.
Yeah,
So,
boy.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. So even with, you're taking Levis, even with
Yes.
Richardson still on the board, or did we clear him?
No, Anthony Richardson was at 8.
So what?
I took Anthony Richardson at 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, because that's where you threw in the towel.
Yeah.
You didn't give a fuck, right? So
yeah. Yeah. Well, shows how much I care about that pick, and the Atlanta Falcons. So, okay.
are you mad because you guys gave them Julio Jones?
No, absolutely not. No, not mad.
Yeah, people
at all.
forget.
I just don't care about the Atlanta Falcons. So
yeah,
I don't care about Atlanta as a city as a whole.
I've never been to Atlanta.
Drive through there. Oh, it's awful.
We well, we're trying. When we were mapping out like where we're going after the wedding and stuff like that, she deliberately wanted to like avoid Atlanta. She's like, how can we get around Atlanta? I'm like, I don't know. I've never been that far south. I have no idea. Not driving wise. I've been to Florida, but I flew to Florida. I never drove, so I had never had to drive through Georgia.
Yeah. So basically, the only good part of Atlanta is when you drive through at like 4 o'clock, 5 in the morning, and that's as good as that city gets. So
no wonder people get there and never leave. They can't get out.
Exactly. So let's see. We are at
number 12.
Oh God.
The Houston Texans, where the Browns would have picked. Now let me ask you a question. Browns keep that pick. Who are they drafting? Just because I'm just doing this for fun because just now, like even with the players they got, just say they still kept their pick even though they traded for Deshaun Watson. Where are they picking at 12 with all that talent left?
So with Deshaun Watson on the team, still.
Yes.
I actually think they go with Buckeyes. The Buckeye wide receiver. My bad.
Whatever the hell, Smith and Jigma.
Yeah.
Enigma.
So,
the Riddler. I wanted to call him the Riddler all season because it's almost like Edward Nygma from Batman. But for all my nerds out there.
Which is actually pretty funny because the pick is in.
The pick is in, people. And it's the Houston Texans.
The Houston Texans take the Browns pick, and they still get Smith and Jigba.
All right, so now they have no quarterback because she drafted Tyree Wilson.
Hey, that seemed They seem pretty confident in what they have. So what can I tell you? So
Hopefully PJ Walker gets picked up or something, and they fucking give him
yeah,
some.
that probably won't happen. It's the Houston Texans, for God's sakes.
It is. It is. So, the newly quarterbackless Green Bay Packers are on the clock at number 13
Yeah.
with the trade from the Jets, and they need everything now. And there's nothing that they don't that they don't need. And let me see here. They man, I'll tell you what. I really think okay. I think we're gonna go here. And they produce some good players, especially like receiving wise and stuff like this. So the pick is in,
hmm
and the Green Bay Packers are going to take Michael Mayer, Notre Dame tight end.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. So explain.
Explain. They need
Yeah.
they need blocking. I mean, if you think about it, with Green Bay Packers, they need wide receiver, tight end, and they need O line play. Okay, well you can get a receiver and O line in one position here that you need on top of it, so you're knocking out three positions kind of in one pick, which is tight end.
Okay.
I mean, they don't have it was a Buddy Love. Jordan, I know his name's Jordan Love. I like to call him Buddy Love from the Nutty Professor, but they I mean, you gotta give him weapons. He lost you lost your running backs. Is Aaron Jones still there, or did he leave? I don't think he left.
Good question.
I mean, because they lost Alan Lazard or whatever, or Lazard, however you
hmm
pronounce his name. So I mean,
Right.
and I you know they got some cornerbacks in the offseason and a safety, so they kind of addressed that. I just think you just knock out a few positions here. Usually Notre Dame tight ends can block a little bit. The dudes they're gonna have hands, so
Okay.
you I mean, you act
Okay.
like you hate the pick, man. I just
No, 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 no. I'm just trying to understand your mindset. That's all. So.
okay. So, but you got the Bill, you get to play Bill Belichick here, man. And the New England Patriots, they
Yeah, that's exactly what the hell I want to do.
so they need some offensive line, some a little bit of defense, but I mean, Bill
Yep.
Belichick knows defense, so it's not anything that is pressing.
Yeah, well, Bill Belichick thinks he knows everything, and once he lost Tom Brady, he's pretty much a piece of shit. So,
Got Mac Jones, man. Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Who?
yeah,
Mac
Mac Jones.
Jones.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Mac Jones needs some help. So we're at pick number 14. Mac Jones needs help. The pick is in. Unfortunately, my boy from Ohio State, Paris Johnson Jr., goes to play for Bill Belichick with this
Harris
pick.
Johnson Jr.
Yep. Offensive tackle.
All right. Look at you. You sound so sad, man. It's not like the Browns could have got him. Somebody was going to get him, and it wasn't the Browns.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this would be a pick I would love to jump up for, but again, we can't afford it. So he's going to go play for the Hood, Bill Belichick, and is what it is. So
Sounds so. You sound so.
I'm sad about it. I like this guy a lot. So
Yeah. So okay, so now we got to the New York Jets, which is looks like they just swapped here, right? So
pretty much.
these guys need some heavy offensive line. Now that they got Rodgers, they definitely. I mean, obviously Rodgers is a little mobile, but he's not as mobile as he used to be. And I it's almost a reach, but it is SEC. You can trust it. I think he's going to be a little bit better than what people got him ranked as in this draft. But Broderick, oh, you know what? I fucked my own rule up, right? Pick is in. And the Green Bay Packers, are not Green Bay Packers, the Jets are going to take Broderick Jones out of Georgia.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Okay.
Yep, offensive tackle.
Yeah.
They need.
Yep. That makes sense. He's still on the board.
Yep, and
Yep.
I mean that's only the third offensive lineman that's went. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
they're getting the top three. I mean, he's only ranked 23rd out of all the players, but out of offensive linemen, he's the third one ranked in this draft, and that's just I think how the pieces are going to fall. But you got to protect Aaron Rodgers. That's the bottom line. They got receivers. The defense is pretty decent. You got to protect Aaron Rodgers. That's the bottom line here now. So they do that with Broderick Jones. And like I said, it's an SEC guy, man. So he's going to be a stocky boy. He's got he's been in national titles, so you can't, I got that's my thing. So
yeah, all right.
Now you got the Pittsburgh. You got your rivals. Now you can fuck them if you want on purpose. Like you can just give them a kicker right now. I said oh no, never mind. I went down too far.
I was gonna say, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
well, it's probably better.
The fucking Commanders. So
do you want to swap this one? You can have the Steelers. Do you want to give them a kicker?
No. I think they need wide receiver help. So the pick is in. Well, let's just keep this one short. I don't want to discuss this one. They need wide receiver help. The pick is in. Zay Flowers, Boston College. He's a senior, 5'9". Needs a slot receiver. He'll be good. So moving on.
Moving on. I'm done. Just come on now. I don't want to talk about this anymore because it is
nothing to talk about. Just one of those teams again. Like,
so I'm on
Pittsburgh. Okay. So the Commanders are a corner screen in the casino team. Okay, that's just how I see it.
Well, we're gonna move right along here. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the pick is in. And what Pittsburgh Steelers, they like their defense, and they lost a couple of things, but Dante Banks, Maryland.
Okay. Another cornerback. Yep, Pittsburgh does like their cornerback, so
they do, and they like them young. They don't ever keep young or old quarterbacks or
cornerbacks. Oh yeah, they do. Joe Hayden.
Well, okay, he's almost he's almost the exception, and he was a free agent. Like they didn't draft him.
Right, I know, but they still kept him around for a while for leadership purposes. Mike Tomlin. He made him work. For quite a while. So. Yeah, that was pretty hard. Him leaving, getting cut from Cleveland for no reason at all, and then going to Pittsburgh, that sucked. So yeah. So, but yeah, I actually do like that pick. So
it's right, baby. You heard it here first, folks.
So, all right, we are on the 18 round, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Damn. We're okay. So once again, Detroit Lions. They got themselves in trouble, which sucks. I always like betting on them. With the spread and everything, they make me money.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard this season.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough, actually. So might be one of those things where you have to wait till week 3 to 4 to find out who the hell they are, what they are. But with the pick, I still think with Dan Campbell, I'm going to stick with the defense. The pick is in.
The pick is in.
I'm going to say that they go to Julius Brent's cornerback, Kansas State.
Julius? How do you spell his last name real quick? Brents. I got yours.
Yeah.
I got it. Relax.
Sure you got it? All right, cool.
Yeah, sure. And that brings us to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the 8-9 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who need some defensive help. This is the Baker
Mayfield team right now.
Yeah, they lost a lot of defensive people over the years.
Yep.
And I think that they're gonna go and Todd Bowles. He's still the coach, right? Or did he get canned? Pretty sure it's still Todd Bowles, right?
I'm not sure. Good
All right, I'll
question.
stop. Let's just say it is, because he's a defensive guy. He's a defensive coach, so that's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
So he's going to go to one of the top defenses in college football, the only top defense in college football in Alabama, and take Brian Branch, safety, 6 foot, 190, junior, has some experience. Brian Branch out of Alabama.
All right.
I forgot my sound. Oh well.
Yeah, I did. Don't play it. I think that they've heard it enough.
Right now, there's some people screaming at you, yes, thank you, Andrew. And then there are other people like, no, this is kind of cool. It's like a pre-draft draft. You know what kind of viruses I probably put on my laptop finding the sound and downloading it? Jeez.
Well. Luckily, you have a MacBook. You should be good.
I should be good. Plus, I got that Apple Care, baby.
There you go. Bam. So there's free advertising for Apple.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not on that kind of scale anyway. Plus, we want to talk about advertising. Right now, we're taking a copywritten sound and playing it on our podcast. Good thing we don't get paid for this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Good thing. Yeah, we'll probably still get sued. So
I'm gonna be like Rocky from Rocky 5. Sue me for what?
Right. Your MacBooks. Like, oh, fuck. We actually need these.
I know. No. See, look, no, they can't sue us for our MacBooks. They're a Windows company. They got those Surface Pros on the sideline.
That's true, but they can still take our MacBooks if they wanted to. Oh God, we're retarded.
Oh,
there we go. So, all right. So we're at Seattle right now, right?
I think so. Yeah. We're
Pick 20. Yeah. We're losing track here. So, all right. So, I'm thinking they need some help in the backfield. God, I feel my last few picks have just been on cornerbacks. So, anyway, so the pick is in. We can keep this one short too.
All right, pick is in.
All right. We're gonna play the sound, or just want me to say it?
I was going off of you, man.
All right.
You already missed the sound, don't you? Yeah, you already missed the sound. Look at you.
I actually don't care. I'm hungry. So anyway, the pick is in. I would say they're going to take Emmanuel Forbes, cornerback from Mississippi State.
Yeah, it's like, okay, there are a lot of cornerbacks going. There's like a run on cornerbacks right now.
There is in the first round. Like there's a ton of them.
But there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of talent if you're into like
right
defense and you need it. You know, you got to keep up with these receivers, baby. You got to keep up with these receivers. Okay, so you got the LA Chargers next at 21, and they didn't lose much, but they took on another offensive tackle, took on some linebackers and all that stuff.
Right.
It's a really weird situation, but this school is usually not that bad when it comes to like offensive stuff, but I also, me, I hate the Pac-12, but the pick is in. And I think they go because they're going to lose Austin Eckler as well, but wide receiver Jordan Addison out of USC.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, you can never. Okay, they got who's that? Fucking off the top of my head, that one dude can never stay healthy. Keenan Allen, he's fucking always hurt and doing some bullshit. So fucking
right.
He's lucky that he played as much as he did last year. So I can't imagine that he's going to play a full season this year too.
Right. Yeah.
So, but okay. So you do get a little rival here. At the Baltimore Ravens up at 22.
I know. Yeah, this one actually hurts it, So, obviously, they have a problem with quarterback because he's dumb as fuck and just won't hire an agent to make him money. They're still going to bring him back on the restricted free agent contract. My bad, not retract. He's an idiot. Anyway, the pick is in.
It's all right.
All right. Good. All right. I think they're going to go Darnell Wright, offensive tackle, Tennessee.
Okay. Get
Yeah.
get some
He needs some
movement.
help.
Yeah.
Yep, he needs some help there. So,
All right. Next is the Minnesota Vikings at 23, and they lost a couple of defensive linemen. They lost Patrick Peterson, which I don't even know. Eric Kendricks is gone, dude. Eric Kendricks was there forever, I feel like, and he finally just skated. His brother's in prison for fucking tax fraud, but I only say that because.
what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Tax fraud.
And his name is Michael Kendricks was on the Super Bowl team for the Eagles and stuff like that when they won. But then the Eagles got rid of him, and then 6 months later that they got rid of him, he got arrested for tax fraud.
Okay.
Or it might have even been money laundering. Hold on, it's one of the two, but it's still about it's still
tax
about
fraud, money laundering. It's the same thing. If you ask my compliance officers, but you could have went anywhere with that one. Like, especially Kirk Cousins needs help. You could have went with Quentin Johnson from TCU. He's still on the board.
I could have, but I'm going defensive since they lost defense, and I'm going Drew Sanders from Arkansas.
Drew
6'4",
Sanders,
235,
okay.
Linebacker.
Okay, all right. So, all right. Well, so we are pick number 24.
Yeah, you got Sunshine Jacksonville Jaguars.
Sunshine Jacksonville, and
Dude, all these teams need defense, man.
I know. So I'm gonna say,
they need a tight end too.
At this point, I'm actually looking for, I like Sunshine. I like Jacksonville. I want to see them doing good things. Let's see. Peter's off the board. Oh my god, I think he took everything I like.
That's right, because I know what I'm doing.
You know who's still on the board?
Who's still on the board?
Broderick Jones, offensive tackle from Georgia. He's still on the board.
No, he's not.
No.
I took him at 15.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, you did. My bad.
Yeah.
And I took Darnell Wright. Oh. You know what?
Yes, sir. What?
They do need help on. They need help on defense too. So I'm gonna say
this draft is packed.
Yeah, the pick is in. I think they go with Iowa's edge rusher Luke Van Ness.
Okay,
Lucas Van Ness. My bad. Yeah.
And that's a good pick for them. I mean, Iowa had a fucking monster ass defense this year. Even when they played SEC teams, every team that they played had a fucking tough time with them.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the Buckeyes. I think then the Buckeyes destroy them.
So
just one point.
Yeah. So you have another fun one here. You have your next pick is number 25, Los Angeles Rams.
To 25. Bruh, I got the New York Giants here at 25.
I have it's a mock trade. My bad. What the hell?
I was saying mock trade.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
I know I'm always right. We done discussed this. You don't got to tell me I'm right. I know this stuff already.
Yeah, you're right. So.
Oh shit. So, did we do? I don't think we got him, and he's still on the board. I'm shocked that he's still on the board, and I'm not really gonna like this too much. But Quentin Johnson out of TCU.
Yep, wide receiver.
Yeah, they need.
I literally I just brought him up because he could have went to the Vikings. So.
Yeah, but they got Justin Jefferson out there, and they can probably fill in the other side a little bit. I know you can't. It doesn't hurt having that many receivers, but they need it.
Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah. That definitely makes sense.
You get the other fun one though. You get the good one. I'd have gave these guys a kicker. Dallas Cowboys at 26. Oh man. They picked up a center. Yeah, they oh no, I guess they don't need a running back, but yeah, that probably wouldn't hurt. But there's not many first round worthy running backs, right? And they just signed. They lost a center, and they didn't really do anything, and then they lost Van Der Esch as well and a safety.
Yeah, so I still think they need help on the offensive line. So
yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
yeah, so,
it's funny. The team that had the best offensive line for so long needs help at it now.
Right, so I'm going to go the Pickens in, tackle Anton Harrison, Oklahoma.
Okay, I like Oklahoma.
Yeah,
offensive lineman though.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty easy pick. So,
well, geez, don't make it so. I can't even. It's just
again not a hard pick at all.
No. That's good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that pick at all. I don't, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm actually really interested to see what you're going to do with this next pick, number 27.
Number 27.
Yeah.
Let's see. And the Buffalo Bills. So you got Josh Allen. I don't think this is a bad pick. Josh Allen's a little mobile. This guy is used to blocking for mobile guys. It's not an awful pick. It might be a reach, but at this point, you got to shore up that offensive line, and I think they go for Osiris Torrance out of Florida.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, they had him projected in pick 20.
Yeah, and that's not good. Like I said, Josh Allen's mobile. I feel like after blocking for Anthony Richardson and stuff like that, you just kind of
you took the words right out of my mouth. Blocking for him, it makes sense. And Josh Allen can move. He just cannot win a big game. So
yeah, it's almost beginning to look like that, right? Like
right,
you fucking you can't, dude. You choked. You just choked so bad. You can't do that. Like you should have beat the snot out of that team.
Right. Yeah. So with so my next pick, pick number 28. I'm actually gonna go with CBS Sports here because they did lose a tight end that they depended on. I think they're gonna go with Dalton Kincaid, tight end out of Utah.
Okay, that's not a bad one either.
No,
like you said, and it helps with the that's the thing. Tight ends help with the offensive line. Like Dallas Goedert for Philadelphia blocks a lot. I mean, he also receives a lot, but I mean, if you get these guys that can do them all, then you're solid. You're solid.
Well, here's the thing though. Like even with him, he's not really a blocking tight end. He's more of a receiving tight end.
No. So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So he's. I sort of think they go with him. They need that help. That's what Joe Burrow. He's used to that. He can move, he can get out. I still think they need more help, but this dude, he can get open for him. So I mean, you put Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, put this kid on with him. I think it just fits him. So
yeah. So as we get into the nitty gritty. I got who was I forgot. I just forgot who. Oh, New Orleans Saints. So they obviously just got a new quarterback.
Yeah.
Is he going to start? I don't know. I honestly don't know if he's going to start or not. But what I do know is that the New Orleans Saints need some defense. They couldn't stop nobody.
Right.
Except the Eagles for some fucking reason. Don't fucking ask me why. But
yeah,
I think the thing is though is like it's a bit of a reach, and I get it, but Trenton Simpson out of Clemson,
okay,
linebacker, 6'2", 235, kind of like a smaller linebacker, but I think he can move around. Plus, Clemson's defense is always pretty solid. and no, I think he probably would be good in the hybrid nickel defenses that teams run nowadays. It's not like you need a traditional big linebacker nowadays. You just need somebody to play that slot or the strong side, and I think he can do that.
Okay.
And, man, you were taking. I got see. Look, these aren't homer picks coming from the Eagles today, folks, because it's not me. It's not me.
Yeah. So let's see. Yep. Let's see here. I want to say you gotta need some more help on the defensive line. But even with Slay there, I don't know, man. This is actually kind of a tough pick. Honestly, I mean, but you know, no, just listen here. So, like, you can't go wrong with a Georgia defensive lineman, right? No, and that rusher, yeah. So I would say with this pick, I would go, Nolan Smith, edge rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, out of Georgia.
Out of Georgia. Yep.
Okay.
6'2", 238 pounds. Quick.
Okay.
So, which is what you need in the NFL.
Take that. I dig that. So we got the Kansas City Chiefs here next.
Hold on now. We're still at pick 31.
That is pick 31, Kansas City.
Yeah, you're right. Bad.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tell me.
I'm bad.
Don't fucking tell me shit. No, so they've kind of been waiting. I like their running back now. Like, he's cool, but he's too much of a hybrid for me. And we're close enough to the second round to where I don't think it would be too out of character for them to grab one. Chip Kelly. Andy Reid has taken running backs like LaShawn McCoy this late before and early in the second round. Jahmyr Gibbs, Alabama. And he likes his smaller running backs, scat backs. Plus he's an Alabama running back. 5'9", 199, kind of fits that mold that Andy Reid likes to do with his.
I don't even see him on the board. Like, okay, I see him. Yep. 14. No, yep.
And that's what he's ranked out of all the players. I think a couple of them got him ranked.
Right.
They got him ranked pretty high. And you're talking about out of the whole draft, possibly ranked 14th player at 31, 32.
PFF has him at ranked 34th overall for the draft. So
yeah,
but again, it did the Chiefs. So
and that's it, brother.
Yeah,
because some of the other teams don't have picks and stuff like that. So I know it's like only 31 picks, but the Browns don't have a pick. I think there's somebody else that doesn't have a pick this whole draft. Let me see here. And the Los Angeles Rams and the Miami Dolphins. I mean.
Right.
They don't have any first rounders. Damn, it's actually San Francisco and Denver.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's right. Now that you mention it, we did not pick anything for them for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
So
there's 5 teams. Yeah, there's 5 teams this year without a first round pick. So
that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, like that's it. I mean, this seems like it would be a crazy draft, and like, that with that said, that concludes this year's 2023 NFL draft. Brought to you by the Shekel Up Podcast. But yeah, that was different, and some of these picks, it makes you think a little bit because you got to look at team needs and all that. But we drafted a lot of fucking defense in the first round, and I'll be surprised to see if that many defensive players go. And it kind of makes sense because of the talent that's at the offensive level, right? So you're paying all this offense. So what do you have to do? You have to get first round really good talent on defense to keep up with that kind of shit.
Right.
Oh,
yep.
Man.
So
So yeah, it should be fun. I'm gonna keep this notebook right next to me during the draft. Like, oh, we were right here, and it'd be kind of funny to look at. And
Yeah.
people, don't forget to place your bets and stuff if you want to bet on the draft.
Yep.
Andrew has an addiction. He's on the phone line all the time with 1-800-GAMBLER, so he'll be putting shekels on the. He'll be putting shekels on the draft.
I don't call them. I don't call them at all. I just I ride with it. So I have enough, I have enough people tell me I got a problem. I don't need to call somebody to tell them.
But yeah, man, do you have anything to add to the draft? I mean, you got anything like anything you see that might come out of place that really didn't happen here? I know you disagree with pick 1, but so let me ask you this: if Bryce Young did go, where's CJ Stroud going?
Oh, geez. If Bryce Young goes number 1, I could see basically just see him flip flop.
Okay, so you think he would go that low?
Indianapolis Colts, I think the Colts would just pick him up. I think he'll still be there. I don't see the Texans picking up C.J. Stroud.
And that's almost a consensus. That's almost a consensus. Yeah. Stroud going 4 to the Colts. So you're there.
I mean, if he doesn't go number 1, which I still like, going plus 3,000. I mean, that's again, throw some money on it, and we'll see how it goes. So I would be sitting at dinner with my lady, and
I'll send you some text messages.
Yeah, I know you will. So
especially if Stroud goes, you're going to hear me. You're just going to see a text that says plus 3,000, baby, plus 3,000.
So hopefully that does happen. But yeah, so basically, so I don't have to turn on my my app. I can just depend on you, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I will say that I don't see the Eagles sitting at 10 or 30. I think those both change. Whether or not they move up or one of the picks are gone, that's probably what's going to happen there. So
yeah, I mean, I see, just based on our mock draft, what we just did and all the odds and stuff, I think you're going to see a lot of movement.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's going to be some trades this year for sure. There always is, right? There's always a team.
Trades. Yeah. I think you'll see it, especially with the way the cap is going. I think you're definitely going. Yeah, I definitely see the Baltimore Ravens making a surprising move. So because they do, they're having that problem with their quarterback that we're not hiring an agent, and they're just like, all right, do we really want this guy leading our team?
So at this point, he's not really playing any football. So
he gets hurt all the time. He won't work out. He's just not whatever. So I could see the Ravens making a move that's gonna break my heart and like haunt me. And the Cincinnati Bengals, I could see that happening at quarterback. So
maybe, but look, you do got Weenie Watson, and despite the name, I think he's going to be a pretty good quarterback for you guys. You just got to get him protected and some weapons.
Yep. Well,
so we'll see. That, but we'll see. Hopefully, this was a fun episode. But thank you, Andrew, for staying up late and starving to death. Apparently,
I'm hungry.
I hear you. But if you enjoyed this episode of the Shekel Up Podcast, please like, subscribe, review, rate us, leave messages on the Facebook group, on this Facebook page. You can tweet us at Shekel Up Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Shekel Up Podcast. I think I said that, but I meant TikTok. Same thing, Shekel Up Podcast. We have an Instagram. I'm still working on putting stuff on the Instagram. So bear with me here. You can follow us on YouTube, watch the YouTube videos. We finally got some transcripts there for you guys, so you can actually pick your favorite parts and watch them if you heard something interesting that was said on the podcast. Download the episodes and tell your friends. Tell your friends if you like hearing us. You got an interesting sports podcast, sports gambling podcast. We got to do a little bit more betting, but you heard some betting for the draft, which you're not going to get that a lot of places. You're not going to hear that on a lot of things. So make sure you guys tune in and check that out. Pay attention. Let us know if we're idiots. Let us know if we're not idiots. Send us an email at shekeluppodcast@gmail.com, and have a great night, everybody.